Hello everybody and welcome back to our 4th Age Total War campaign as North Rhun. And I'm seeing some rather unsettling developments. We've got a massive Bjorning army that has just materialized right outside Dale. And I honestly, this one took me completely by surprise. I didn't see this one move at all. I did see these guys pop up from down here from Burn. But no, these guys just sort of appeared out of nowhere. I'm assuming they crossed right here over the river Running from Holt or from over in the west. And this is very bad news. There's no way around that. We've got a large army here. They've got a nobleman who looks to be rather old. Now, a lot of these units are not that frightening on their own. There are a few of the Bjorning War Dog units, which can cause fear, and these Woodman Riders are certainly not a problem, or certainly they're not a minor unit. You can definitely deal with them, but they are, they're higher of a concern than the Woodman Axes, let's say. But just in general, geopolitically, you could say this is a big problem for us, because if the Bjornings attack, as they seem poised to do, there goes what we had sort of considered as our southern buffer. What we could attempt here is to try to make them our protectorate as well, but that would take a lot of doing. Typically, what you need to do is get all of their settlements under siege and get them down to a very small armed force. In this case, that would be tricky because the Bjornings own territory on both sides of the Anduin. So we'd need to get armies over here and destroy or take all of these, or besiege them all. And we just don't have the manpower for that right now. So I think what we're just going to do is hunker. We're going to hunker down and we're going to withstand this. I think we can. But it just means we'll have to be more vigilant in the area. Now, what we do have here is a lot of useful units in Erebor, and so while we can, I'm going to move them right into Dale. I don't think the Bjornings are going to go for Erebor. I mean, they may be trying to make their way there. That may be their goal here. But they may, who knows, they may besiege Dale next turn, and if they do, we've got now a bit more aggressive Axemen units. But the problem is our economy is plummeting because we've been training lots of troops, and we haven't been making a lot of strides economically. But we still need to keep training troops, it looks like. So what I'll do here is train a unit of, let's see, we don't have a lot of range stuff, but we do need some cav, I think. Some more substantial cav than what we have. So we'll go for some Chief's Men, and yeah, we'll go for another Easterling Axe Hurlers unit. And honestly, I think between the Dwarven Walls in Erebor, and if we can get a couple of turns to train up some more of these guys, if it looks like they're going to head over there, we'll just hit them in the back with the Dale army. Do you know what I mean? So it should be pretty straightforward. And we've got all these guys in Yodor, too. So ultimately, I think we can definitely do it. It's just a question of how I want to play it, because we can hold out against the Bjornings. That obviously gets annoying after a while to have lots of sieges that you can beat, but you have to deal with. So I think what a lot of players would do is, in frustration and annoyance, just destroy the enemy faction. And the reason I tend not to do that, as I've explained before, is because that just opens you up for the next enemy faction to keep doing the same thing. And it's easier to control the Bjornings than it would be to control Dorwinion, right? So I want to maintain, even if we do go to war with the Bjornings, and they're our allies currently, but I've got no illusions about that alliance holding. Even if we do go to war with them, I'd rather have them as a neighbor than Dorwinion, because they're weaker, right? So that's the goal anyway. Let's see where they're at. I think they're still under the overlordship of, yeah, they're under the overlordship of Dorwinion. But is Dorwinion under the overlordship of anybody? No, okay, that just, they're an enemy of Adunabar. So theoretically, when the player owns, an enemy faction or another faction as a protectorate, that AI faction tends to be very passive on the campaign map. They tend not to go out of their own territory. Clearly, that's not the case when the AI is the overlord of another AI faction. Because if I was owning the Bjornings myself, they wouldn't be doing this kind of thing. They wouldn't be, walking and trespassing and so on. Now, maybe they're trying to get somewhere else. Maybe they're just trying to get to Framsburg, but I really doubt it. I think they're going for Dale. Dale may even be on their victory conditions. but I can't remember. The other bit of news here is that the Chiefdom of Rhun, I could have sworn they had Barez Doom under siege, but maybe they didn't. Regardless, they don't currently, and so we will just keep training up our Hillman axes, and we may as well go ahead and train up or armor up the other units that are in there. And as I mentioned last time, we are going to continue with this. We're going to send our army into the east. We're not going to have them support our forces in Barez Doom. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep them where they are, actually. It looks like we could take them one tile to the south, but that would put them on enemy territory, as you can see by the arrow there. So the reason I don't want to do that is because I don't want to lose supply. Supply is a trait, let's see, well supplied, typically near the bottom of your trait list. And if your army is led by a family member, they're going to have a certain amount of supply, right? So this is as good as it can get. Well supplied, that gives you +1 troop morale. That can decrease to various levels, and the way that decreases is by you spending time on enemy territory, typically. Doing things like besieging or just, spending time on tiles that are low fertility. So we're going to be doing a lot of marching in barren, frozen wasteland, so we want to preserve all our supply. So the goal here, again, is to see if maybe we can draw off this army to come back and defend its lands in the east. And in our new acquisition of Raycoast, we are seeing the storm clouds gathering here as Rhun musters the rest of its troops to try to put this under siege again. We need to keep checking for mercenaries. We're not going to have this general here forever. But we are at least starting on our fiefdom dominion. So if they come at us one at a time, we should be able to deal with them. So we'll just have to wait and observe that development. And I don't think there's anything else we really want to build here. I think I will go ahead and retrain some of those units. But yeah, otherwise, we'll hit end turn. We are getting some more spies in the east to kind of see what the situation is. Okay, there goes the siege of Barez Doom. Again, we'll see how they react to our armies moving over there. But I think we get another siege, and it's Bjornings, 100%. Where are they? Where are they? Okay, Raycoast. Okay, all right. Raycoast and Barez Doom. So let's check that out. Yeah, it's the family member. Okay. All right, great. This is good for us. It's winter time. We do have a few units that will get a bonus to fighting in the snow, so we may as well attack now, even though the vast majority of our units do not get that bonus. But yeah, we need to take these guys out one at a time and with very minimal losses. So I think what we'll do here is 2 battles. We'll do this, and assuming that goes well, we'll then, I think, have the movement points to hit this army also. But I really want to find where the Bjorning army went. They're probably on some woodland tile somewhere. Just hidden. So let's see. Do we have any spare scouts? We've got you. You know what, though? I'm going to take you out because you're just an old man. Okay. Could they be right here? Oh, this is so unsettling. No idea. Okay, there they are. Good. All right, they're going back. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. They're leaving us alone. At least for now. Maybe they went up and did a quick calculation about troop numbers and strength and decided they couldn't take it and figured it's not worth breaking the alliance. So before we do that battle, let's get this army over here marching into the east. And yes, we do need some eyes on the situation. And this is interesting. It'd be nice to see Rhun and Dorwinion go to war. But it's probably not going to happen. They're allies, although honestly, Rhun needs to take this to win, so you would think that they would at some point. All right, since I don't see any enemies in the region here, apart from these guys very close to the settlement, let's kind of carefully move out. All right, there's not really any favorable terrain we can stand on, so we may as well just go somewhere like there. And there are mercenaries, so let's grab them. Let the mercenary pool refresh, and we'll head over here. We're going to see about what we can do with this settlement here, Gwaithring. And we might want to just move these guys down to help defend Raycoast, but maybe we won't need it. Let's see how this battle goes. All right, so once again, I'm going to predict that they are going to head over here And we're just going to set all of our guys right here near the gate. Not a lot of point in moving them around just yet. Let's see. Yeah, they're heading off in this direction, so we'll get all of our slingers in a nice line. We did not check the troop types of the enemy. We will inspect those a little bit later, but I know that it's a decent mix of stuff. Alright, actually we gotta keep an eye on this because they're setting up rather close to where we are. Now let's get our skirmishers on this end this time. Longbowmen can be down here. And we've got 2 cav units. They'll be over here. Let's take you off of skirmish. And then we've got a couple of odds and ends with other infantry. I think that everybody is covered now. Okay, so while we're setting up, we can take a quick look here. Okay, they've got 1 unit of skirmishers. It looks like 1 archer unit. The rest of this stuff is warband. And then here, 2 units of axemen on their right. 3 units of axemen on their left. So not too bad. We won't have to deal with too much ranged stuff. In fact, yeah, our slingers are going to destroy their archers. And then we want to really destroy the rest of the army, right? Obviously. But we want to do it with as little loss to ourselves, because again, we're going to have to do this several times. Okay, they're sending 1 unit of warband. Some archers. Okay, so this is where we're going to get a bit of friendly fire and a bit of arrow fire loss because they're sort of screening their own archers with all of these guys. We could target the archers anyway, but it's better not to, I think. All right, all of our guys, we'll put them, yeah, let's put them on fire at will. Some of these units are good targets for our axes. But as is typical, the enemy's going to get pretty close. Think better of it. Withdraw. Alright, a lot of our axes are going to hit them in the back. We're doing some damage to our own slingers, though. But that's quite good. I think we cut this unit down by half. Most of their units were pretty full in terms of, like, you know, being at full strength. Yeah, these axemen. Yeah, these are good units to get rid of. And if we can just keep doing this, just keep showing them, you know, that we can take them out these ways. All right, we don't need you to kill all of those axemen, I don't think. All right, their Chieftain's Guard, and there's their archers. Okay, very interesting. They're sending the Chieftain's Guard right in. Alright, they're going to get caught by my axemen there. Send my cav over, I guess. I'm not going to bother with the Barding Watch levies. Again, we don't have any answer to cav. Oh, we do have these guys. Let's send the Variag mercenaries in. Maybe I'll pull the general back, actually. And the Chieftain's Guard, we don't really want to lose our cav because they are a very rare unit. Let's see if we can kill the general here. They're Variag mercenaries. That's what they're good at, chopping down horses and armored units. Nice. Okay, and these are skirmishers, so maybe we should get our cav over here again. Down to 3 men. Still got a decent number in these Variag mercenaries. Awesome. All right, so he's gone, and you know, if I was feeling a little more confident in my strategic position, I would run these guys out now and just sort of try to overwhelm this army. But I don't think I can afford to do it. All right, let's just get all the slingers in a big group again and do this. Because again, we could rush out here and probably overwhelm them with some loss, but I don't think I can afford that. You want to take it very careful. Right, we do have a decent amount of arrows left. So that's it for their cav, which means that we're not going to get caught again like we just were. But I think that was a decent use of these axes. If I'd been paying more attention, I would have gotten these guys a little bit closer, the Variag mercenaries. And maybe these swordsmen would have been better to use as a stop. Alright, let's get these guys over here. Yeah, we're going to get a bunch of free shots on the back. Alright, there's the call for retreat. And all I'm going to do, again, because I don't have really the best units for it, is get my general close enough to throw some javelins, do some damage to the axemen here. And what did we kill? We took out only 54%. So yeah, we're not going to be close. We could do some charges and, probably push some of these guys into a rout, but I'm just going to let them get off the field. I don't want to take any losses here, and I really don't want to lose this this general unit. All right, so that was a victory, and we've got all of our movement points left. It is a little tricky, though, isn't it? But I think we want to make use of the snow, and I think we can attack here and then get back. Okay, how about this? I'm going to leave one unit inside, just because I'm a little concerned about this. We're in low taxes, that's 30%. Oh, actually, I don't think we can do it. If you look at the movement points, look at this. We're like at half already, or close to it. I don't know why we've got a sort of a turquoise. Light blue section represents effect on movement points after current action. What current action? I don't have a current action. So if I go here, like I understand that, but I'm not queuing up anything right now. So okay, if I go to this tile, it'll be down to the halfway point. And that means I would have just enough movement points to get back. Now some of this might change if I say knock away this unit. So I think we want to do the safe thing and just get back to the fort there. Back to the city. All right, let's save some money now. We are still losing cash, but we're probably going to be besieged again this turn. Yep. All right, we'll just take them out. You don't want to risk getting caught out with no movement points with no one in your city, right? Because that could be an opportunity for the AI to bribe you, or maybe they've got a spy, right? And they just walk in with the gates open. So yes, another siege. We'll do another Sally battle here, but no Bjornings. So that's very nice, very encouraging. Let's get into the woods, actually. I'm kind of curious as to what this looks like, and since we don't have the spy very long anyway, we may as well use him. But let's queue up another one so we have a spare in the region. Okay, that's good, that's fine. What are you doing? Okay, they're building siege equipment. Good. The one thing that you do have to keep an eye on is sometimes the AI will just wait you out. But if they're building rams and stuff, then they will eventually assault. So I think we're good there. Now let's bring our spy up just to check out troops. Okay, I don't see any others. We're definitely on enemy territory. Let's go over here. It looks like there's a slight hill. Now, if I really wanted to conserve my supply, I wouldn't use all of my movement points, because I think that also affects how much supply you have. We are still well supplied, though. So I think I'm sort of working off of an earlier build of the mod in which the supply fell a lot faster. But I think in some of the later patches it was tweaked so that you didn't lose it quite so quickly. So when you're just marching through territory, it doesn't deplete that fast, but when you do besiege a settlement, it starts to drop. Okay, so this here, again, we'll do one of these. And what is this? Okay, we've got some Waynes here, so this is actually a good army to destroy. We've got some Riders of Rhun, some Spearmen of Rhun, and this is another Nobleman. Alright, so we've got a very similar formation, with the exception that I brought the Barding Watch levies up closer to the Slingers, and I moved the Hillman Axe levies over to the right. I noticed they've got their Waynes over on their left, and so we can expect to be charged, but I think the Axes are going to do pretty well against them. And they've got a nice compact formation here. They do have, it looks like, 3 archer units, and a decent amount of cav, so that they can certainly strike out at us, and we'll have to be careful as always. But I think we're probably going to see a very similar type of movement on the part of the AI, bringing units forward one at a time, or a few at a time, although they are being rather rather reserved at the moment, which is a little troubling. They've got a good enough army composition that they could really do some damage. Alright, and as usual, they're going to charge. Kind of get overwhelmed. Okay, they're actually pursuing all the way, which is, kind of good for them, but there they go, broken on impact. Although we've got our slingers caught in some melee here, very disappointing. Well, I think they're going to take more damage if I try to pull them out. These guys are at least wavering. They're seeing a lot of their friends routing. Well, not all of them. Let's bring the axemen over here. And may as well bring the warband too. Okay, I'm going to keep everything just as is. Yeah, they're bringing Axemen of Rhun. Alright, let's send the Variag mercenaries in on the flank. Hope that we can get these guys to rout before we get sandwiched over here. And here come the Waynes. Let's see how they do. Beautiful unit. And they chose a pretty good moment to attack. They're being... not being hit too much by missile stuff, but they are going to slow as soon as they hit our lines. And as long as we don't rout, we should destroy a fair amount of them. Yeah, down to 24, 21, wavering. Once they get stuck in melee, if they don't have a real plan, the Waynes are a very, very easy unit to get bogged down. And we are destroying them, so that unit is completely gone. And I think now we can safely bring our Axemen over to hit the flank. I'll leave these two units over here. They're putting up a good fight. So we're going to have to actually, work for this one, which is a little disappointing. I was hoping just to cheese it the whole way, but okay. Already much levies. Let's just move them back here. Let's get the slingers up front as normal. Here comes a, what is this, Riders of Rhun. Got some Spearmen of Rhun. Okay, they're hitting Hillman Axe Levies. Shoot. Okay, so we're going to have to charge in. Let's go... Let's actually charge them in the back. I'll hit the Riders of Rhun with my general. There's some Eastland Raiders coming in. All these units are routing, so that's good. We'll bring the other guys in. Yeah, we're going to have to go in like this is an actual battle this time. Keep up the pressure. Okay, we have lost the Hillman Axe Levies. And the Spearmen are caught. Well, our cavalry are caught. Let's see. 23, 22 Chiefs men. Alright, Hillman Axe guys, hit them. 30 men losing. Their cavalry is withdrawing. Our general's actually doing pretty good. He's old, though, so he could take losses and die faster than the rest of the unit. Okay, good. They're broken. Alright, keep on them, I guess. This is bad that we're taking so many losses here. And we didn't even kill the general, so this unit is, these units are not going to withdraw completely. They're not going to melt. So we're just getting losses as we can at this point. It's not ideal, but at least a lot of these units are missile troops. They're going to be easy to rout. There we go. Yeah, only 12 men in this unit of Chief's men. Alright, we're meleeing with some archers, which is risky because our general, again, is old, and he took a few losses there. Oh, that's the end of that. Sad result here. We killed 92%. If only we'd killed the general, then we would have wiped out the army. It's a heroic victory, but I do not like these losses at all. Alright, we got a new retinue member, though, on Blod the Hunter. Oh, this is a great one. Champion Pit Fighter. +3 troop morale. That's great. 10% decrease to troop training cost. Well, I'd love to get this ancillary for this general, so we may want to move him down sooner rather than later. So, yeah, let's just end the year. See what Harad's going to do. They're going to try trade. I'm just going to ignore that. We have no way to trade with them. and we're attacked by Rhun. So this is the assault on Berez Doom. So this is going to be a siege battle where we have the dwarven walls to our advantage, and they're going to have a few pieces of siege equipment. No general, no family member, but a good mix of units, you know, the kind of stuff we've been seeing. So this will be the opportunity to see how well these Hillman Axe levies do in a truly static defense situation. I think I'm going to hold that off for the next episode. So we'll see how they do there. We'll see how Rhun reacts in Raycoast. They may not put it under siege. They may have moved other units away and maybe calling up stronger reinforcements. But we'll see how this all shakes out in the next episode. See you then.